Etsell, and I'm here with Andrew Etsell from Singletree Winery here in the Abbotsford area, and just going to ask Andrew a few questions about the Singletree Winery, and just become a bit more knowledgeable about the winery, because probably lots of people don't know that there are wineries in the Fraser Valley.
Yeah.
So I guess first off, the name Singletree. What is a Singletree?
So Singletree, a lot of people think that it's a single tree on the farm or a single tree that we made our bar out of, but it actually is part of the working horse harness. So it's what connects the horse to whatever it's pulling.
Right.
So for us, there's actually a curved single tree called a loading single tree, and that was used in vineyards and also inside barns, so that the horse didn't catch, or the harness didn't catch whatever it was pulling in tight areas. So we used actually the curved one for our logo.
Okay, that's cool. And so what drew you to wine?
Drew me to wine. My parents were always big wine enthusiasts. Going to the Okanagan and visiting wineries, and I kind of caught the bug through their enthusiasm. And then when we bought this property, we actually had 67 acres. We have our turkey farm as well.
Yep.
But both my brother and I wanted to continue to farm, so I went back to school and learned about horticulture and viticulture and started the vineyard to add to the business.
Okay, how many acres do you have of vines planted?
Right now we have 12 acres planted.
Yep.
We started off with 2 in 2010, and we slowly grew over the next 6 years, planting up to 12 now here on our estate vineyard.
Yep.
2 more acres right by the Abbotsford airport, and then we have contract orders from the Okanagan as well.
Okay, so tell me about the day you realized that you wanted to be a winemaker.
I think it was after we planted the grapes.
Yeah.
We started working ahead, going, all right, the grapes are planted, who's going to make the wine? And we looked at, are we going to have a contract winemaker that comes in? But I had about 3 years to wait while the grapes were growing, so I went back to school and decided just to help out the family farm and that to be the winemaker and the viticulturalist as well.
Okay, well I know you did some work at Mission Hill.
I did.
So tell me about that, and maybe how does that relate to, that got you into the wine business as well?
It did. While I was going through school for horticulture, I had to do 2 practicums, which were 2 weeks each over 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And I decided back then that I wanted to gear everything towards viticulture.
Yeah.
And one of my professors had a connection with Mission Hill.
Right.
So I was lucky enough to start my practicum there. And it ended up being 2 seasons that I ended up working at Mission Hill.
Okay, so you're just working with the vines and pruning and all that kind of good stuff?
Yeah, so it was viticulture based. I worked on, they had a 5-acre Riesling vineyard just below the winery, and that's where I was based for most of my time. But then I also got to go out to their vineyards out in Paradise Ranch in Naramata, and then also into Oliver, where they have another large vineyard as well.
Okay, so is it just you that is doing all of the vineyard maintenance here? I see like there's the vineyards are out over your shoulder here.
Yeah.
So is that you, or do you have other people helping you out? And
we do have a couple employees, and then we do actually bring in work crews as well during the larger times that we need the bigger tasks. Well, I'll go out and prune, and I also have 2 full-time vineyard technicians that help me out. And then when we need to harvest or we need to tuck the vines and that, we bring in about a crew of 30 to come through and help us with that.
wow. So tell me what grapes are you growing here, and what wines do you produce?
Here we grow Pinot Gris, Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay, Gruner Veltliner, Zigarriba, and Pinot Noir on the 12 acres. Now, 5 acres of the 12 is Zigarriba, and that's just because it works so well here. It grows so well. It's the early ripener that always ripens every year. Pinot Gris isn't far behind it.
Yeah.
And then the Chardonnay and the Pinot Noir, on cooler years, we turn it into a sparkling. On warmer years, we do standalone varieties or a rosé from the freezer.
I also heard you said that you've got some Gruner here too.
We do. So this is the first year, 2016, that we actually have a standalone Gruner Veltliner that we'll be releasing in May. So
Okay.
it's in bottle. We're just patiently waiting for it to come out of bottle shock, and then
Right.
we'll have it released within a month here.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm interested in that. So for the winemaking process, do you do things like all organic and wild ferments and things like that, and using concrete eggs, or what do you guys do?
We're starting to use different vessels. So my 2015 Pinot Gris was in a concrete vessel. I did a wild ferment this year, so we have a wild Ziggy that came out for 2016.
Yeah.
So I am trying different things. The nice thing about our site and that is that I can do a lot of different small lot wines. So, and I can do smaller batches and be able to try new things. So
Yeah.
for my wild ferment, I did 80 cases just to see what it would turn out like, and then the Zigarriba, the regular Zigarriba was about 300 cases. So we're able to be flexible, especially working with Okanagan Crush Pad over this last year. So I am dabbling in those things.
Yeah.
My rosé from this year was organically grown as well. Not a
Pinot one?
It's a Pinot Noir. 2015, we made the rosé from here in the Fraser Valley. 2016, that went into sparkling that will be ready in 2019. And then I contracted some fruit from the Kelowna area for the rosé. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, well, I think that might be about all for interview at the moment. Was there anything that you'd like people to know about the winery? Come and visit in the different types of wines, or what they can expect when they come out here?
Yeah, when guests come here and that we have a tasting room that holds about 20 to 25 people.
Yeah.
We have a big picnic area. We have fresh cheeses and meats, and then it's a licensed picnic area, so people can come out and make their own charcuterie plate.
Yeah.
And enjoy the food out on the picnic area, as well as we are starting to do tours of the vineyard. And we just started doing weddings this year for 2018. So we have a big events area that holds up to 175 people. So there's a lot of things changing at Singletree, and we're growing over the last few years. We also will be starting to build our winery down here, and we'll be ready for a crush of 2018. So that's the big exciting news that we can't wait for it to be built.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Okay, so thank you so much, Andrew.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming out.